song playing SIIT, like growing waves playing instead of engineers. That's the way we go. The great vision of our own to become the best instinct. Global engineers is our mission. Princess Serenton, we stole her name, and then be fading of our glorious learning place.
Hello, 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 test. Hello, hello.
Princess Serenton, beast of harmony, and then be feeding of our glorious learning place. Her greatness of say, kindly given to us all, will remain in our hearts forever. While it is awakened, resourcing in harmony, may His name be good for SIIT.
Hello, hello, test. Hello, 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 test. Hello, 1, 2, hello.
Down here in the land of Thammasat, none regard the greatest as SIIT. We raise further engineering, will leading technology, quality with a full in the press, we press on down SIIT, only free and right. Be the most wise of all that wise is free. Be the truest of all the true saving. Underneath hope the sky are wide and eyes can see. SIIT controls all of adversity. Fellowship of memory never die. Sons and daughters gather far and wide. Experience will be renewed each by the side. With our pride of SIIT, experience will be renewed each by the side. With our pride of SIIT.
They are rolling gears, overflowing time. We have found our symphony. Speak our soul, we love and share. Let us spin along our wheels. They are rolling gears to the future. We live in a harmony. Show the world we lead and care. Let us revolve the turning wheel. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIT, School of Future and Hope. We're rolling gears, overflowing time. We have found our symphony. Speak our soul, we love and share. Let us spin along our wheels. They're rolling gears to the future. We live in a harmony. Show the world we lead and care. Let us revolve the turning wheel. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIT, School of Future and Hope. We're proud to be singing. We're proud to be Tamasa. We paid our dream at SIT, School of Future and Hope. They are rolling gears, overflowing time. We have found our symphony. Show the world we love and care. Let us spin along our wheels.
SIIT is our proud college, under the dome shadow academy.
Good morning, everyone. We about to begin the information sessions, but before we start, I would like to kindly remind everyone that for Q&A sessions at the end of the event today, you can actually input your questions through the online systems and follow the step that's given to you when you register. But however, if you would like to ask additional questions, you can do so using both the online or pencil and papers format, which at the end of the sessions, we will hand you a piece of papers and a pencil to actually ask the questions. It can be done both ways. So for the information session today, SIIT organized information session today in order to provide both parents and students the information that necessary and help you actually make the right decisions. You should choose the program that fit your interest and match your academic goals. So today you are going to be hearing information about program selection process, including subject of studies, career opportunities, and a chance to ask any questions regarding the subject or the program that you are interested in. So this is a good first step to actually help you make the right academic decision. However, before we begin the session today, I would like to invite Director of SIIT, Professor Dr. Somnuk Tangterm Sirikul, onto the stage to give an opening speech.
Thank you, Dr. Suthatip, and good morning, parents, guardians, and the students. Actually, She's a kind of the a program producer in the television program also. Dr. Tisapon here is the owner of the One Company, CEO of One Companies. Mechanical also, two of them are faculty members, one in King Mongkut University Technology Thonburi, and Dr. Thanyase is now working here. Many of them PhD. Is also electronics, many PhD. Why I emphasize PhD? Because I would like to say here that I think maybe SIT is the institute that our alumni, most of our alumni go up to the PhD levels. I believe that the percentage around the world. And I would like to say that we pick up only top university around the world to be our counterparts. You can see that they are all top university, German university, our good friends also. We are increasing the number of our counterparts in Germany. We have a plan to visit top university in Germany in the next 2 months. Again, these are example. There are top university. Of course, Japan is another good friends of ours. You can recognize that all top university in Japan are our partners. Yeah, so a lot of them. So I think maybe around already 70 top university around the world are our partners. All right, so let's come to the end of my very short presentation. Of course, today my colleagues will introduce the program to all of you, the parents and the students. I would not like to repeat here because my colleagues will go into the details of the program later on. I hope that the program today will benefit and will be useful for all of you to make right decision to go on for your further study from the second year beyond. And I would like to thank all of you and opens the session today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The program today actually, the session today actually divided into two parts. The first part is the overview information. So you will be hearing about selection criteria and the timeline. And then the second part, you will be hearing about information from each of the 5 engineering programs. So let's begin with the first part, the overview information of the program selection. I would like to invite Assistant Director of Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Pritha Natnakon, on the stage to present this overview.
Good morning. I'm the first person who will introduce the process of this program selection, and after my presentation, faculty members from different programs will come and introduce each program individually. My name is Pritha Natnakon. Okay, students have already been grouped into 4 disciplines according to the choices made at the admission. We have engineering discipline that study physics, chemistry, maths for engineers. You have CE, CHE, chemical engineering, EC, IE, and ME. And then we have engineering that is aimed for students to be technologists. We have CPE here. We have technology program, discipline, and management. Okay, so all the students are grouped in one of these disciplines. And students will make choices by ranking their preferences using online selection program. The period of selection will be from April 25th to April 29th. So you have to make your choices during this period, these days. And the announcement of the results will be in June 8th of this year, of course. You can go to our website, registration website, and then you just log in here, and then you will find the way to pick your program online inside your account. Yes. All right. How will you be assigned to your program? We use something called equivalent grade point average, or EGPA. EGPA is calculated in the same way as GPA, with slightly different methodology. I will explain how GPA will be calculated shortly. But suppose we have your EGPA already, then student will be ranked based on their EGPA, from the highest EGPA to the lowest one. And then we will go to the student one by one, from the one with the highest EGPA, and look at his or her choices. Look at the first choice. If it's still have vacancy, then we put that student in that program. If the first choice is already full, then we move to his her second choice, so and so on. Once we finish the assignment for the first student, then we move to the second one. Of course, this is order based on EGPA. So then we go down like this until we go to the last one. All right? And this is the way to calculate EGPA. Each student will have their curriculum, first year curriculum, and they have subjects that they will have to study. For example, for this student in the first semester, he or she has to study these subjects, right? So suppose that the student take all the subjects, and then after midterm examination, he got very bad score for midterm, so he withdraw from the course, all right? And also this course, he has W because he withdraw from the course. Then, in calculation of GPA, then these 2 subjects will not be counted toward calculation of GPA, ordinary grade point average. But for EGPA, these 2 subjects will be considered as F. So you get 0. Okay, so the calculation will include these 2 subjects as well. And the score will be treated as if you get F. Okay. Now, this is example for second semester. The student has to study these subjects. Now, the student decided that, okay, he would not like to study MAS 117. So he does not register this course, but actually he should. So in the calculation of eGPA, the one that we will use for your program selection, this will be treated as F. You will get 0, all right? But of course, in ordinary calculation of grade point average, this subject will not be counted. So this is the difference between the calculation of GPA and eGPA, and we use eGPA, all right? So you have to try to study all the subjects assigned for you in your first year. Okay, this table shows capacity of the program that you will select, okay? In engineering, we have this capacity. For CPE, because the student have already selected the program from the beginning, so we will not, all the students will be able to enter the program because they have selected the program from the first year when they enter. All right, but even though this is the case, the students in CPE program must still participate in this program selection process. So they will have to log in into their account and select CPE program. The same thing is applied to students in IT program because they have selected this program from the beginning. So they will be assigned to this program, but they will have still to participate in selection program. All right, you can get this information from registration office. Now, if you finish your selection and then you are assigned to your program already, and then you think, okay, you would like to change your mind. All right, this is, we will not let you change your mind immediately. You will have to study that program, and then you can change if you can. Your program, if the program is in the same discipline from the second semester of academic year 2016, all right? But if the program is in different discipline, you can change your program from the first semester of academic year 2016. So you have to study if the program that you want to move to is in the same discipline that the program, with the program that you are assigned to, then you have to study that program for 1 year and then you can move, all right? But of course, you can move to the new program or not, depends on whether that program that you want to move to has any seat for you or not. If that program is full, then you cannot move. So, but of course you can submit your request, and the request will be considered by our administrators. And you have to keep in mind that if you change your program, then you will have to face the delay of graduation. Usually you spend 4 years to get your bachelor degrees, but if you change your program, then you might have to spend 4.5, and most likely 5 years. Most likely. So you have to think carefully before you select your program. You have to think that you will not change later. All right, so think carefully. Don't think that, okay, you will just pick up one program now and change later. Then you will have to study here for 5 years probably. All right, I end my presentation here, and the details about the programs will be presented after me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the overview and the selection criteria informations. And so let's move to the second part of the session today, which consists of 5 different engineering programs. So you will be hearing the first engineering program, which is chemical engineering program. This is an academic program under the School of Biochemical Engineering and Technology. I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Pisanu Tujinda from the School of BCET to present the detailed information of chemical engineering.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. So I am the representative of Chemical Engineering Program to present you about the fact of this CHE program in SIIT. First of all, that some people may wonder what the difference between chemical
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so welcome to the information session about computer engineering and information technology. Okay. So, as you know from earlier from Dr. Pritha, you will not have to choose between IT and CPE because you already chosen when you got in. Okay? But still, I would like to remind you that you still need to log into the registration system and make your selection. Okay? So because these two programs are very related with quite some differences, and because I assume that many of you are curious about what's the difference between the two. Therefore, I'll talk about both programs at the same time, so that I'll stress on the difference as well as the similarity between the two programs. Okay. So first of all, let's start with what computer engineering is. So in short, it is the study of computers, and that means everything about computers, how it works, as well as how we can use it to solve complex problems. Right? So if you are in this program, your courses, your curriculum will be more theoretical oriented. That is, you study things such as how we can make a computer smaller and faster. That is on the hardware side of things, on the architecture side of things. As well as on the software side, say how can we design computer to solve complex tasks, or how we can make new software in a cheaper manner as well as efficiently. And finally, how we can use the computer, maybe even already pre-made software, in order to perform advanced tasks, such as, for example, knowledge representation, reasoning, and pattern recognition. On the other hand, IT, information technology, is everything about information, about digital information, how we can create, store, exchange to other people across the world, and use the information. So because of that, it is in fact a multidisciplinary field, because you need to know a little bit from many fields in order to manipulate information efficiently, such as, say, something about computer science, as well as something about technology, how we can, say, install information system in your organization, and so on. So it is going to be more application-oriented than computer engineering. So nowadays, computers are not just desktop machines sitting on your computer or some very big supercomputer sitting somewhere in, say, in your company. Right now, we have computers everywhere. We are moving toward what we call intelligent ubiquitous society. The prime example would be your smartphones, which is in fact a computer, and you can bring it anywhere to use anywhere. And many other devices that you see in the world, in the society, also have computer chips inside. So because of that, our option courses that are offered here will be geared toward this future. So let's compare between the two more in curriculum side. So again, CPE cover more deeply into theory. And in a way, once you know the theory, you can apply it to any applications you like. On the other hand, IT focuses more specifically on business applications and also less on theory. So there are two main areas in IT concerning business. The first one is about networking. After all, in your very large organization, you have many computers over your organization, and they have to be connected to the same system. So that's one option in how you can study IT. And the other part would be how to design and implement, say, information systems specifically for tasks related to businesses. For example, accounting system or management system, in case you want to manage all your employees over the internet or intranet. Still, some of the basic courses are the same for the two programs, especially the ones that you will learn in the next year, second year, as well as what you already learned in the first year. And in fact, they are taught by the same professors too. But the advanced courses, the one on the third year, as well as on the fourth years, are going to be different between the two. So these are the courses that are different. Say in computer engineering, you are going to have to study a little bit about electrical engineering. After all, hardware is still and electrical appliances, so you need to know something about them too, say digital circuits and so on. Theory of computation, what kind of problems can be solved with computers, what kind cannot be solved with computers at all, those kind of things. Microcontrollers and applications. For different devices that you want to connect to your computers, there need to be what we call microcontroller, the chips or the part of hardware that control that thing. And in these kind of courses, you learn how to communicate with these controller devices. Then parallel and distributed computing, maybe your work cannot be run on just one computer and you want many computers working together, then you study how you can make that happen. And also finally about computer networks and internet working. How does networks work? Say if you connect many systems in the same LAN, local area network, how do the communications actually work? And what about the communication over the internet? So you see that they are more theoretical. On the other hand, on the IT side, you have courses that are more application specific. Say computer animation, how you can make them, as well as how the programs for making animation actually work. IT security, if you have information system in your organization, what kind of security issues you need to worry about and how you can make sure that no outsiders can attack your system. Management information system, if you want a system for management that all your employees and the upper manager in your company can use, then what do you need to know in order to provide such systems? Web and business application development. When you want to make applications specifically for websites, after all, most businesses do have websites for their customer, and this kind of thing. Also, as mentioned that in large organization, you do need to worry about network too. So that's why you learn a bit about computer network architectures and protocols too, although may not be as deep as in computer engineering curriculum. And say finally, graphic and game programming laboratory. So besides those different courses which are mandatory for either CPE or IT students, say for CPE students, computer engineering students, you can choose between two sets of courses where we call options, which will focus on different areas of computer engineering. The first one, what we call intelligent system, is about how to make computers smart, so to speak, so that it can do many things that humans can do. And for option 2, if you don't like that, what we call artificial intelligence related courses, then you can choose the other one, pervasive technology. These ones are about the kind of computers that are everywhere in your everyday life. And that usually means embedded systems, the computers that are embedded in different devices, say in smartphone, even in your, say, washing machines, in your elevator, and that kind of thing. IT students can choose between two options, two different options. The first one, or what we call ICT, this is about the networking side of your business organization. And then there is the management side where you study more on the business specific application. So for both programs, you study in Bangkok campus rather than in here that you study this year. And over there at Bangkok, we do have many facilities for your studies. We have two main computer labs, mainly just for us. The first one is this one here, which we call Macintosh lab. So here we have, say, 40 up to 50 machines, although we keep some as spare, but we'll use only 40 at the same time. So these are Apple machines run on, well, dual operating system. You can choose between the Mac OS 10 or Windows system. And then we also have Linux machines. And in fact, this one also runs on two OSs, both Linux and also Windows. So that depends on the course you are using the lab for. Maybe you have to use Linux, maybe you have to use Windows. And in fact, these Linux machines are also part of the network lab. So it is connected to different servers, and in your network courses, you get to study and play around with them. And here are some other things we have in our school. So we do have a fingerprint scan system, and our, say, more expensive equipments are locked behind it. But for students, you'll be able to use your fingers and get access to them. But we use it to protect from theft and so on. And over Bangkok, we have surveillance system all over the place to provide safety for our students. And then on the bottom here are more of the research equipment. Here is about the smart home system, which is the research on how we can use computers to control everything going on in your house. And this is the robot from MK Suki. And well, if you like, you can study how to control them, say, as part of your senior project. And we also have different smartphones that you can borrow to do some programming on those platforms too. So after you graduate from these programs, what can you be? What kind of works can you do? Now, there are a lot of overlaps on the jobs you can pursue, such as designing and implementing software. Now, students from both programs can work in all these kind of jobs, but perhaps, say, IT students may have more advantage on business-related jobs, while computer engineering students may have more advantage on, say, hardware side of the jobs. So maybe you want to work on software. You can be, say, software engineers or programmers. The difference being that programmers are those that make the complete software by himself, while software engineers is one of the team of many people that work together to build a very large software. Or you can be IT consultants, the people that give advice to other companies on IT-related issues. Or you can work on the infrastructure side too, say how to plan and manage the infrastructure for large organizations. So this kind of jobs are called, say, system analysis, IT experts, and so on. And these are different kind of industries that you can go on. Say either doing web application design or maintenance of web application. Maybe you want to do e-commerce, open your shop online, or even help other people open or operate their online shops. So those are on the web-related jobs. And then on the network-related jobs, you can have some data communication position, or maybe you can work with internet service provider, say 3BB, True, and TOT. And also the typical programming for different kind of applications, and so on. Also, here you see different type of companies that do hire people graduated from IT and computer engineering program. Right? So say writers, the one that make the news, they actually are very large in computer software too, right? Mainly for financial activities. Right? Even PTT do hire IT and CPE graduates. They do have their IT division over there, and they also have some smaller company, PTT ICT, that offer ICT solution to other companies. And you can see many big companies in Thailand do hire us. Do note that even other non-IT businesses require some position from people who have knowledge about IT and computers. After all, even if their businesses are about something else, they may need IT support, people that can help when things happen with their systems. Or if you want to continue studying into master or PhD program, then you can do that too, either continuing here at the SIIT or even elsewhere, or even abroad. For SIIT in our school that contain both CPE and IT program, we also have different graduate education, say Master of Science in either CPE or IT, although it is a thesis-based master though, as well as Doctor of Philosophy in CPE and IT. And moreover, we also have Master of Engineering for Embedded System. Now, in addition to continuing master and PhD degree in IT and computer science engineering, your background in IT and CPE can also prepare you for your pursuit of, say, applied mathematics too, if you want to do it that way, or even MBA. And I'd like to mention that in addition to the normal master and PhD program, we also have this Master of Engineering for Embedded System. This one is a joint program between SIIT, NECTEC, and also Tokyo Institute of Technology in Japan. If you are continuing this program, we will have a professor from Tokyo Institute of Technology either fly here to teach you or teach you over teleconference system. And for our PhD program, we have a dual degree program with JICE, which is one of the graduate university in Japan, as well as with NECTEC. And here are our faculty members. So both IT and CPE students will meet all of these people. Right? And lastly, our school is also the co-organizer of the National Software Contest. We co-organize with NECTEC. And this one, every year, we allow people, or students from over the country to submit their software development, their software. And then the good one, the best one, will earn the prize from our princess. And those are the websites for this NSC contest if you are interested in. And normally, you can even use your senior project for your fourth year to submit to this competition too. And that's what our Bangkadi campus look like. So this is one building. We have another building that is 6 stories tall. that's not in the picture too. All right, so that's all about my presentation. So if you have questions, you can ask either directly, or if you prefer to use the website, that's okay too. And our head of school is over there, Dr. Ekavit. He can help answer the question too.
I understand that CPE students are allowed to take two electives and one general elective. My question is, normally, will they have trouble, signing up for, let's say, IT courses? Like, are those courses normally full, or will CPE students have no trouble signing up for IT courses?
No trouble at all. CPE student can sign up for some IT courses. IT student can also do the same for CPE courses. Yep.
Okay. And is there a limit on how many extra courses a CPE student can take, let's say in IT, because IT courses have a lot more programming classes?
You mean?
Besides the 3 electives.
Oh, I see.
More than that.
They can, but there is a limit on extra courses though. Dr. Ekavit, do you know the number? Yep. Oh, okay.
So there's no limit.
Oh, but one thing, there is a limitation per semester in the same semester. Yes.
And normally, if there's a time conflict, CPE students can also register for courses for IT students, right? Like
Yes.
maybe some other classes.
Yep. And usually we'll try our best to avoid any time conflict. And your student can inform us later what extra courses they want to take, and then we'll try to plan to avoid the conflict. Any other questions?
What is the dropout rate for CPE and IT students?
Actually, most of the drops out are from the first year. And usually students who pass the first year, most of them can finish. I think very few that drop out, maybe like 1 or 2 per year. Yep.
And how many students actually graduate within 4 years, and how many graduate?
Oh, I think yep, most of them graduate in 4 years. Say, for my advisees, I only have one advisee who takes more than 4 years. Any other questions? Oh, yes, and we have two types. The first one is the normal summer training program where everyone has to do for about 3 months during the summer of third year. But for students who want to have longer experience, they can choose what we call extended training track, for which they can spend their last semester, the second semester of fourth year working in a company. And we also have the other track, foreign exchange track, where students can choose to go abroad for 1 semester too. But for those students, they have to have higher than, say, 3.0 GPA. And SIT has a lot of connection with different companies that will agree to take our students for internship. And then for very big companies, like say PTT, Reuters, that kind of thing, they will accept application, but they'll have to choose the one they want. And then for other companies, they'll accept, say, 5 students from SIT, whoever we send. Yep. Extended training. Extended training. Yep. Yep. Oh, you mean the foreign exchange track, right? Okay. So you only pay the same rate for SIT, not the. Yes, you pay SIT rate. You don't pay more at outside. Yes. Yep. Oh, okay. So ITM is more on the what we call the higher level, meaning that you study more on, say, business-oriented courses or how to provide information system for business-oriented application. On the other hand, ICT is more about the lower side, as in the networking architecture, say how you like to connect all your computers in the organization together. So, or in short, ICT is network, and ITM is management and business. Yeah. Yes. Yes, they can. Yep. Yes, but a bit different on the scale level. For MT, they'll learn a lot of management and a little bit of IT. For ITM, you learn a lot of IT, of computer, and a little bit on management. Yeah. Mhm. Actually, that option is not, well, it is mainly for students who have very low GPA. For those students who cannot fit into either of the two options because, say, they got F for many courses and they have to retake many courses. And, well, for normal students, we don't advise choosing that option at all because then you learn courses that are not related, and it will not be good for your future. Yes, you can take it for, say, technical elective or free elective courses too. Although, again, you need to let us know beforehand so that there will not be a time conflict.
I've heard that for any change, we need to pay here once and for DA at one for the separate expense.
Yes, that is correct. Yep. Yep. So yes, it is as if you enroll, or you pay the enrollment fee of SIIT, not over that. Yep. So basically, if their student come to SIIT, they will pay their rate and not our rate. So that's why you can pay our rate. And if you are under scholarship for, say, free tuition, then you don't have to pay tuition even if you go abroad. But then you still have to pay for living expense. Yep. If you want that course to count for your graduation, say as free elective or technical electives, that's going to be difficult. Usually we only allow it in the case where we don't have similar courses here. But if you want to take it as extra course without counting to what your graduation, then there's no requirement. Oh. Okay, so basically senior project is the main, well, we call it track to avoid confusion with the option courses. So that's the main track. Now for extended training track, the main benefit is if you are certain that this company is where you like to work in the future, and you want to know beforehand whether it is a good fit for you, then that would be the good choice for extended training. On the other hand, for students who do not have that, who do not have their, say, dream company, I would advise against choosing extended training. After all, because you have to work with them for, say, 6 months, and more often than not, if the student does not get along with the employees over there, then they'll have a lot of trouble for that semester. On the other hand, say for the senior project track, so the main thing about that track is that you get to do some large project. So normally you study courses only 1 semester long, and you do assignment, do homework, which may involve just a small amount of programming. But for senior project, you get to work on the very large project. So you get a taste of, say, if you want to make a very large program that can really solve some problem that users can really use, what will happen, what you need to do, that kind of thing. Or even if you are interested in research, then you can take that opportunity and choose the research-based project and start doing some research too. Yes, yeah, because the other tracks do not have anything research-based. So, yeah. Any other questions?
มีคำถามอื่นๆไหมครับภาษาไทยกับภาษาไทยก็ได้นะครับ
ครับ
ก็ดูห้องนี้เป็นห้องเล็กนะครับดูเข้าใจว่าน่าจะเข้าใจ
ครับ
For the extended training in the company 6 months, can we find and choose the company by ourselves? I mean, we can contact the company who would like to join.
Yes, possible, but but SIT has to check and agree with the company too. Well, I mean, we have to make sure that there are some computer or IT related jobs at that company. But yes, you can choose and propose. Yes.
But before we choose and we give you the information about
Yes.
the company,
Yes.
right? And you will
But to
consider
get
and
approval
decide.
from
Yes. Yeah.
usually open if you can show that they are real IT or computer related work in that company.
Yes. Yeah. Well, oh, I see. Well, in that case, it would be better if the student choose senior project track, because extended training mainly is about working in a company. Yeah. Yeah.
But actually, I'm talking about senior project, right?
Oh, okay.
Summer training.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, okay. So basically, for students who do not do extended training, they have to do the normal training in the summer of that third year. So this is what it is. Yep. And well, the main thing is that we do need someone who can evaluate your student. So if it is some project that he works on his own and no one can tell whether how well his work is, then it's a bit difficult for us to evaluate.
But if it's an open source project and there's someone that's part of the open source, can evaluate him.
Okay. Yes, that could work too. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
For the exchange program, can we choose the university that we want to go and that has a scholarship for the student?
Okay, so for exchange, there are two types of universities. First, the one that are partner with us. For those universities, you can choose them and you are certain that they will accept you. But if you want to go elsewhere that do not have agreement with us, say you want to go to MIT, you have to contact them and they have to say that they accept you first before you can go there. And depending on the university, those universities or those countries may have different scholarship for exchange students. And even from SIT side, sometimes we do know about certain scholarship for exchange students and we pass along information to students. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you already learned Python and Java, right? And both CPE and IT will learn C for some courses. And then I think IT student will learn C#. And CPE probably know other programming languages. But the main thing about programming languages is that once you know one of them or a few of them, then it's easy to study other. You just even read just a little bit and then you can already do it. And what we focus on in our curriculum, or in fact in every computer engineering and IT programs over the world, is to study more than that, the theoretical aspect, the part that is, well, basically programming language is just the tool, okay? But what we learn is how to use the tool to solve the problems. But you learn C for sure. Right. Oh, and also you will learn, say, some script language, say PHP. in your database course. And also maybe the how to do Android programming too, the language used for Android programming. You can request it, and if you have enough friends interested in the same course, then it's a possibility, yes. Yeah. But like, if you are the only one who wants to take, say, this and this course, well, it's going to be difficult to open it. Excuse me? Oh, no, that's usually not an option because otherwise then we have too few students during the normal semesters. Well, the main thing is that summer is very short, summer semester is very short, and if you take courses during the summer, you study many hours every day, and that is not ideal situation. So we like to make the summer course, as the last resort, not something that is preferred. Right? All right, so if you don't have any question, and well, I guess that's it for this session, or if someone else still have question, then I'll stay a bit longer to answer the question. Okay, but everyone else, thank you for coming, and maybe we'll see each other again.